Hey everybody, Spencer here from leadingworshipwell.com. I wanted to take you just on a little behind the scenes, super low production quality video because I was just getting set up for a live event, and in that live event we want to do a Skype call in the middle of it and have like the speaker up on the screens and be able to talk to them. And I was Googling it and looking on YouTube and I just couldn't find any information on it. So I figured it out on my own. It's pretty simple. It's not that difficult, but I figured other people probably have the same question that I do. So I'll get the information out there so nobody else has to just do it by themselves, but you can look at what I did. So I'm going to show you how I have the video part set up, which is pretty easy, and then the audio part as well, which I had to figure out, but that's super simple too. So let me show you how to do it. Here it is. Alright, so on your computer, this is for the video part, you'll just have Skype open, and I'm not super worried about like a super professional, like the screen has to pop up and nobody knows that I dragged it up there. I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to drag this screen, which will be like the video call after we call the person. I'm just going to drag that up on the screen up there, and then there's like a, you can hit to make it full screen, so it'll be full screen for everybody. So that's sufficient for me. So that's the way we're going to get the video up on the screen. I'm happy with that. I don't need anything more than that. But let me show you the other aspects of it, and you really just need two things. And I got to go outside of our tech booth here to show you. The first thing is optional, and that is just a webcam. This webcam, there's one on the other side of the computer over here, but that would just be looking at whoever's running the computer. So I wanted something that would point towards our stage so that the person that we're talking to can actually see the room. So this is essentially the view of that webcam. And that webcam, if you're wondering, is just a Logitech C920. I think it's about $50, but it's not really super important what the quality of it is, because it's just the person that you're talking to. That's what they're going to see. And it's not 100% necessary because they don't really need to see what's happening in the room. I think it's just nice to have. All right, that is the video in Skype. If you want to get your webcam set up, if you don't know, I'll show you super quick. You'll just go to, I gotta go to video. Okay, that is audio and video. Just right here, you go to, I'll show you one more time, settings, right here, and then it brings that up. Click on audio and video, and then you can choose your webcam. So here's the other webcam that we have on this Mac, but I want that, so it shows that view right there. All right, that's video. Now let's talk audio real quick. And here's where you could do the audio. So if you're on a Mac or PC, you can figure out how to do this too. You go to sound, and then you want to go to, we did the here's both of the things. You got your audio interface here. I'll show you that. Why don't I show you that right now, and then I'll come back and show you the other thing. I'm using a Behringer UMC 202 HD. You can use whatever you have. This is just what I had lying around. This is pretty cheap as well. All the links for these things will be in the description in the below the video. But here is the setup I have. You just need an output and an input. So you could even do this with a smaller Behringer unit, which is like, I don't know, I want to say $20. That seems too cheap. Maybe it's 40. But here is how I have it all routed. Alright, so this is the audio coming out of the PC. And this is just the headphone jack plugged into, we just have it plugged into a channel on my board right here. And then, you can move the audio up and down, and you can adjust the audio as well here. So that's going to be the person's voice who's talking from Skype to us. I'll be able to adjust that this way. Now here's the part that I really had to figure out, was how do we get our audio from our venue into the computer so that the person that we're talking to can hear it. And this is this cord right here. So this is just an aux send. I'm using an aux send from our board, which has the speaker's microphone running through that aux send to this input right here. So on the board, we have 4 aux sends right here. I'm using the 4th one because that was open for us. And then the microphone our speaker will be using is on channel 3 right here. run up, pump a little volume through aux 4, and then that drives the volume from that mic into the box, which we can adjust here as well, and then that runs into the computer, which brings us back to here, which is, okay, now you want to set up the output. You've got to select the audio interface, right? So now the audio from the computer is going to the audio interface, which is routed into our board through the headphone jack. And then you want to set up the input as well and set that to your audio interface so that you're actually receiving signal from the board, which is going into the computer. And then back to Skype for the microphone setting. This is just where the video setting that we just did as well. You can just leave it on default device if you've done what I did, or if you want to, you can go in here and make sure that it's actually set up to the audio device that you need. So I hope that all made sense. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll put the links to everything that I used in the video description. Thanks for joining me. Keep leading worship well. See ya.